In the last Parayanam session, I had mentioned how Swami, in his infinite compassion and mercy, had given me a place to stay at his lotus feet. The SV University PG Center was not yet ready to begin its courses, even though they had asked for the application forms. There were other processes like interviews and all which had to be done, and as Swami mentioned, that year an entrance exam would also be held. So as I was sitting in the portico, Swami called me one day and said, okay, you do interview room duty. The interview room duty, which commonly among students it used to be called the door duty, would entail staying inside Swami's Mandir the whole day. The only time you would come out would be just before Swami comes out for darshan. The rest of the time you would have the great blessing of being inside the interview room or upstairs just outside Swami's room, as Swami would be talking to elders and VIPs and the functionaries in the ashram and so on. Or Swami would call you and say, hey, go and call Kutumbrao and come. Go and call so and come. Or there would be other duties. There was a beautiful staircase, a circular staircase, in which there were about 18 steps, in which only one person could go at a time. And Swami was so nimble footed that he would come fast down this. And we would run up and down the stairs. And you would be sitting outside Swami's room or on the steps. And Swami would call, hey Ravi Shankar or something. And I would go, Swami would say, okay, do this errand, do that, and so on. Or the postman would bring a sack full of letters and give it, and you would collect those letters. They would also be registered posts. Many of the devotees or students those days would also send registered post with acknowledgement. And these acknowledgements which would be there, it was the duty of this boy on duty who would put the seal, Swami's signature, and send it back. And it was such a blessed chance to be doing all this. You would sweep the interview room and sweep the next room. There were two interview rooms, inner interview room and outer interview room. And you would get a chance to make sure that there's water in Swami's tumbler and the kerchief is in place and so on. Generally, of course, Swami's rooms were always very neat and very tidy. But just that little flicker of dust, if at all it was there, we would be removing it. So this was a wonderful chance that Swami gave me to be in his presence and to watch him, and how important it was. We would also learn how to respond when someone asks a question. Swami would say that you should answer the question but not keep kind of engaging in conversations, because we are on duty. It was, if someone asked, is Swami downstairs, you had to only tell Swami's yes or Swami's upstairs. And you would not tell what time Swami comes, what time Swami goes, unless that person asked. These are all small things which I learned from my senior who was there along with me. And the SV University PG Center had sent a letter to me, a postcard actually, saying that I am selected to write the entrance exam. Just a couple of days before that, I pleaded with Swami, saying that, Swami, I want to stop my studies at this level. Swami looked shocked and asked, why? I said, Swami, please, I feel that I should not waste my life simply studying, and please allow me to do this. Swami asked me, what do you propose to do? Then I said, Swami, I would like to do this duty. I would like to sweep the mandir. I would like to serve here. Then Swami said, do you think this is why I gave you this opportunity to serve me? Do you think this is why I educated you till this? No, you must do higher studies. And I slightly pleaded, and Swami said, look, If you want to be with me always, just implicitly obey whatever I tell you. Then I fell at his feet and said, Swami, I will do whatever you say. And just a couple of days later, this letter came. I had swept the interview room and gone to the next room. It was afternoon. I think it was around 2:30 or something in the afternoon. And this postcard which was there in my pocket fell down as I was sweeping. And I said, okay, I will pick it up later. I was sweeping the next room when I suddenly heard a soft hum of Bhajana Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi. I peeped into the first room and I found that Swami had bent and picked up this postcard. And he said, Ravi has got a seat in SV University, PG Center. Then I said, no, Swami, it is only a letter saying that I can write the entrance exam. So Swami said, okay, so now you must do your M.Sc, you must go and write the exam. And I bowed at Swami's feet because it was Swami's direction. I learned my welfare was in just implicitly obeying whatever he said. And then Swami looked at the date and said, just the day before that, you go to Anantapur. In fact, he even told me which hotel to stay. And he said, go and write the exam and come back. And the day before, there's the most wonderful thing. Swami is so busy with so much of work to do. The day before, Swami calls me and said, hey, tomorrow is the day you have the exam, isn't it? I said, yes, Swami. And then he gave me Pad Namaskar, gave me Vibhuti Prasadam. And he also put some money in my pocket and said, Bangaru, go and write your exam well and come. So I went to Anantapur. I took a room in the hotel which Swami had said. And this other boy who had also applied to this university, to this PG center, came and stayed with me. And he was a very, very hard-working boy. And so both of us were staying there, and I realized that I had not touched my textbooks for the last 6 months. And so, and chemistry was already, it was something I was scared of. And that's why I had not included it in the list of subjects for which I would do my master's. But because Swami had selected chemistry as the subject, I had applied for the M.Sc chemistry. So I thought, let me take advantage of this boy's hard work. And so I said, brother, just do me one favor, no? Give me in essence, okay, the main points of the various subject or topics in this. And as luck would have it, he started with thermodynamics. Thermodynamics was the most scary part. And the moment he started telling me, I realized that it was all Greek and Latin. It was as if I had never studied anything before this. And I realized that the little confidence I had in my ability to write the exam also would go. So I just said, yeah, this is fine. I think you shouldn't waste your time explaining to me. You also have an exam to write. So you continue, I'll go to sleep. And so I went to sleep. The next morning we went to the PG center, and this was the first time they were introducing this entrance test, and therefore there was nothing like a model paper or something like that. All that we knew was there were 150 questions, 150 marks, and 150 minutes in which we had to complete the whole thing. And all these were MCQs. So we went inside the exam hall and started looking at the paper and wrote the paper. When I very quickly the 150 minutes got over and I came out. And I found this brother of mine in tears because he felt that he would surely fail. And he was a very sweet and very kind person, but very impressionable type of person. So just to pep him up, I said, hey, no, it's not like that. I'm sure you would have done well. Tell me what answers you wrote. And as he mentioned the questions and answers, I said, yeah, that's right. See, you have written correctly. And so at the end of it, he was convinced that he had done very well. And I realized that there were some questions which I had thought I would answer in the end, which I had not answered. Anyway, we returned from there to Prashanthi Nilayam. I remember this was the first Sunday after the classes had started for the Sathya Sai College, Prashanthi Nilayam. And all the boys were staying in the hostel, and in the old hostel as we call it. So they all came and sat in the portico. Both of us, we entered, went and sat in the front. And Swami was inside the interview room. When Swami finished the interviews, sent the devotees, and then came to us and said, "Hey, how was the exam?" And Swami looked pointedly at this brother of mine and asked, "Hey, how did you write your exam?" He said, "Swami, nalla panna Swami, I did very well. I did well." Then Swami said, "Yemi ledu, nothing. You will fail. You are not done well at all." And then he looked at me and asked, "What about you?" And I told myself, if this fellow is going to fail, I would be in a category which was even worse than that. And so again, silence came to me. I just silently looked at Swami's feet, prayerfully, and Swami said, "You will get a rank in the entrance exam." And then he said this, he said, "But why is it you left off those 5 questions?" I realized that those were the questions which I had thought of answering at the end, for which I didn't find time. And Swami said, there was that surface question also, which you didn't answer, with a very sweet smile, that twinkle in his eye. Swami said, "Hey, our surface question kuda no answer cheyaledu." Actually, there was a question on surface tension, and I had left it. And Swami said, yesterday, after the interviews were over, I was sitting and I thought, let me see how Ravi has written the paper. So I came and saw that you had left these questions. He said like this. And then with a laugh, he said, "Do you think I have to come from here to Anantapur? I have to observe what you're writing and then tell you whether..." Swami said, "All this is not necessary. I am always with you wherever you are. So I noticed that you had..." Swami said, "I told it in this manner only because these children are all new. They have come for the first time. For them to understand, I said, put it in that way." And that is how I finished my exam. A couple of weeks later, the letter came saying that I had got the rank. I had got a 2nd rank in the M.Sc entrance exam. And when I told this, Swami said, "I told you, you'll get a rank." And so I'm sure, dear brothers, that rank definitely was bestowed upon me, because I did not even remember anything of chemistry when I went into that entrance test. What happened later, we will take it up in the next Parayanam session. Thank you, Sai Ram.